Hello YouTube. Nowadays when you think of Microsoft, you're probably waiting with bated breath to see what becomes of Microsoft's latest operating system, Windows 8, and whether it will be a commercial failure or success. However, 17 years ago on this date, August 24th in 1995, Microsoft launched a similarly revolutionary operating system known as Windows 95. Now, Windows 95 was supposed to significantly increase the average computer user's experience, making it easier to get on the internet and do everything they needed to do in their day-to-day tasks. Installing hardware was supposed to be much easier, and we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these claims and see if they are true or not. First, we'll take a look inside the box. I have another copy here that is open instead of sealed. Open it up. See what all comes in the package after you buy it. So you spent a couple $100, maybe $100 on the upgraded edition. See what you got? You got your CD here. Take it out of the sleeve. Microsoft Windows 95 doesn't want to come out there. You got Microsoft Internet Explorer Starter Kit. All right. Where do you want to go today? Microsoft's slogan from the time. So you got a registration card. Chance to win a free trip to Hawaii or Florida. So, want to get people to register. Got a manual for Internet Explorer here, and of course the Windows 95 manual. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what really improved from Windows 95 from earlier operating systems, and just go ahead and take a look at it. Before we take a look at the actual operating systems versus each other, let's take a look at the physical aspects of installing these operating systems on your computer. Now, let's first take a look at Windows 3.1 here. Go ahead and open it up. Just to install this on your computer, you are going to have to go through these 6 diskettes. I'd open them up, but they're still sealed and I'd like to keep them that way. So 6 diskettes to install Windows 3.1 on your computer. That's going to take you a good 20 minutes to install. But wait a second, that's not long down walk to one, you say? But that's just the operating system. You still got programs to install. Now, if you're a businessman or you just like to do work from home, you gotta install Microsoft Office in the Office cube. I mean, look at this thing. It's a beast. It is huge. It's a good foot-by-foot cube here, full of Office goodness. Let's take out Word and PowerPoint. Take a look at what we got in here. Look at those manuals. Holy crap. This is just the guide for Word. Look at that. It is just massive. How many pages we got here? 900. Holy crap. You gotta go do some serious reading if you want to work with Windows 3.1. Getting started. Excel. More manuals. Look at that. So many manuals. You won't know what to do with yourself. But wait, that's just the manuals. You gotta learn how to use the software, but then you gotta install it. And do that. What, 10 discs? That's nothing down on one, you say? But wait, you got 10 more. So there's 20 diskettes. So you're sitting here for an hour and a half installing Microsoft Office. Now, Windows 95 simplifies this whole thing. Let me clean it up a little bit. Make some room here. And boom, Office 97. Wow, down walked one, that's great. How is it so much faster? Well, you look at this magic. Open up the box here. We are opening up the box. Flip that open. Boom, right here. Office 97. On CD. Holy crap. That installs in like 5 minutes. You're ready to get to work. You don't have to read 900 pages of manuals. You don't have to install 20 floppy disks. Spend all the afternoon doing it. Yeah. But wait, what if you enjoy the time you get working with floppy disks? Windows 95 has you covered. Because you got, boom, Windows 95 on floppy disks. 13 disks, upgrade edition. That's not enough for you? Alright. Your computer doesn't have an operating system? Fine. We got the full version on floppy disks, 14 of them. But wait, you got some errors happening here? Well, that's fine. We got an updated version. 22 diskettes. Look at that. Wait, that's still not enough? You want more updates? Well, we got a 30 disc version too. Look at all these discs. We're just gonna fan these out. Look. That's gonna take you like 2 hours. You thought 20 discs in Office was bad. You got 30 discs right here, ready to install. Alright, I think we've looked at the discs enough. It's time to get to work actually take a look at Windows 3.1 versus Windows 95. Now, for many users of Windows 3.0 and 3.1, this was the screen that would greet them whenever they booted up their computers. Now, this is not simple or intuitive. It's just a bunch of text on the screen, gray text on a black background. So this is MS-DOS, of course, and you'd have to know that if you wanted to start Windows, you have to type win at the prompt and press enter. Now, some more savvy users would put this into their auto-execute.bat file, which would start Windows automatically with their computer. However, that's not incredibly simple to do. I mean, you gotta know that that program will open up Windows automatically for you if you put it in there. So, here's your startup screen. You got a gray background, you got the main window, you got your games, and you got Program Manager. That's always in the background, contains everything. Double click to maximize, you got some buttons here to minimize. Program Manager controls everything. Everything's always open in Program Manager. So you got the maximize, minimize button, and you got a bunch of controls that you can do with each window. Now, in order to truly become proficient with Windows 3.1, you'd have to play around with it for a few hours, even though I'm not very good with it, as you can probably tell. Start up programs. Open up Windows, rather. You can change colors. Make it red. Why not? So now our background is red instead of gray. But you can't right click on anything. You can change mouse settings, test, change the date and time. So nothing's very intuitive. You have to know where you're going, what you're going to do. File Manager, if you're new to open it, is a great tool. You can see all the files on your computer. So you go ahead and open up. You got Windows folder. Got a whole bunch of programs here, and you can open them straight from here, like a calculator. So let's take a look at how Windows 95 changed things in the design sense and the usability sense. Alright, so now we are looking at Windows 95, and as you can see, it's really simplified the whole look. I mean, there's not an ever-present Program Manager window open in the background anymore. You don't have to open new windows for every subcategory. Now, as you can see, we have an icon desktop and we have a taskbar. Within the taskbar, you can find all your programs. I'm sure you're quite familiar with this. You can run anything on your computer by specifying the path, and you can get a nice background image. My personal favorite is Bubbles, but I don't know where that went. That might just be on Windows 98. In which case, oh wait, there it is. Yeah, this is the best background ever made. So, you can also use My Computer. It's similar to Program Manager, however, now it's condensed into the Explorer window. So now you can open up folders to view various grouped together programs and their various data files. You can minimize, maximize Windows by double-clicking on the title bar. Open up Windows folder to look at all your files here. So it's really simplified quite a bit, and it's more intuitive and easy to navigate than Windows 3.1. And one of the biggest pluses is you don't have to boot into MS-DOS first before running Windows. You just boot the computer and it should, if there isn't any problems, boot into Windows 95. However, if you use this operating system, you probably know things don't always go as planned, and you should really be ready for anything this operating system can throw at you. Now let's take a look at some of the merchandise that Microsoft released along with Windows 95 in order to build up hype and to encourage users that were reluctant to upgrade their current operating system to Windows 95. Alright guys, now it's time for my favorite part of the video, merchandising. That's right, merchandising, where the real money from the operating system is made. Now Microsoft released all sorts of crap along with Windows 95. We'll take a look at some of the stuff I have. I'm not sure if all of this was available to the public, but either way I've ended up with it. So first on the chopping block, we got your nice Windows 95 polo. You got the logo, you got this nice collar. Look at that. It's the color of the freaking background when you start Windows 95. I'm not sure why they chose purplish, magenta, pink, fuchsia color, but whatever. Next, what we got here? We've got a cap. Baseball hat with a start button. But wait, Windows 95 wasn't that well known. The start button was a new thing. Well, you can let people know that you're repping Windows 95 on the back. Windows 95. Let's see. Next is probably the most well-known piece of memorabilia I have. It's the Windows 95 VHS video guide. Easy instruction with Jennifer Aniston and Matthew Perry. You got contents and VHS itself. Now the whole video is readily available on YouTube, and there's another video I've been trying to find but I just can't find. I just think it would be great to own for the sheer awfulness of it.
Our relationship is getting stale.
Of all the half-baked ideas.
We need to stretch.
Whoa!
We need to grow.
Whoa!
We need a new outlook.
You want to see other people?
No, I just want a new operating system.
All right. What's the diagnosis?
My god, that video is awful. Anyway, moving right along, the last two pieces of memorabilia I have aren't specifically related to Windows 95, but they are from the same era. Here is a t-shirt. We've got Internet Explorer, taking it to the max. Yeah. Let's see if we can read it. It's on the bottom here, if I can get it up on the table. So, get up there, come on. January 7th to 17th, 1997. Microsoft Internet Explorer 3.0 for Macintosh. On the back, you got your URL. That's it for that. And finally, got an unopened tote bag. Where do you want to go today? So you can see it's got the Internet Explorer logo in there. You know what? Let's open it up. We will open up a piece of vintage Microsoft history here, live on camera, because it is the 17th birthday. It only happens once. Okay, what we got here? Oh, look at that. Look at that. You got Office 97, Windows NT Workstation, Microsoft Back Office, Internet Explorer, look on the other side. Where do you want to go today? Well, next, I think we better take a look at some of the greatest software available for Windows 95 and some of the worst software. Now, Windows 95 was home to many, many millions of pieces of software, some good, some bad, and we take a look at some of my favorite games for the platform, as well as some of the bad. So, first off, these are just a list of some of my favorite games. There are a lot more classics out there that many of you will know. So first we got Descent 2. All of these games I'm showing are designed for Windows 95 to be installed and played. We've got one of my personal favorites, Lords of the Realm 2. Let's move this over a little bit. Let's see. We got The Time Warp with Dr. Brain from Sierra. Of course, Doom 2 for Windows 95. All these games on CD-ROM, taking full advantage of that CD-ROM drive. It's no longer the days of MS-DOS where you gotta go the route of Office and install it one by one. And finally, this isn't really a good game, but it's quite infamous, and I'll definitely be doing a video review on it sometime. Virus, the game. I've gotten many messages asking if I was ever able to acquire this, and yes, as you can see, I was. You got Virus, you got Play to Survive. Just remember, it's only a game. Now, as you know, if you've seen my video on the Rust joke program, which pretends to delete all of your files, it also displays this line, and that is because Rust is an advertisement for this game. And we will definitely need to take a look at it sometime. Now on to bad. So, the one piece of bad software I have to show you was a notorious scam from Synchronous, first developed for Windows 3.1 and later expanded to Windows 95, and that is SoftRAM 95. Now this was supposed to be a cheaper option as opposed to buying more memory. It was supposed to double the available memory to Windows, which would make your computer run faster and more efficiently. Now this software cost $79.95 USD when it was released. And that's a lot of money. Now, did it work? It might be worth it if it worked for that, because new RAM would cost much more. But no, it was just a scam. So on the back, it's a RAM doubling and resource expansion software. As you can see here, it's claiming to increase with as little as 4 megabytes hard RAM. So if you have 4 megabytes RAM, it's going to give you 8 megabytes available to Windows. Now, as you can probably see, this is sealed, never opened. We're going to open it, take a look at what's inside, and install it on a PC and see what happens. So let's remove the seal, open up history here. This company went out of business after just 1 or 2 years after releasing this. Got sued by the government and with a lawsuit for about several $1 million, I think, and went out of business. They tried to release a few more software titles, which were all equally crappy, and just Synchronous was never heard from again. Alright, so we got it open. First, look inside what we got. Oh. Anything else? No, it looks like it. So you got one floppy disk. If you are upgrading from Windows 3.1 or 3.11 to Windows 95, please turn soft RAM off before installing Windows 95. Then once you upgrade, install it again. So we got response. Just response. Do it. Microsoft's all nice. They're like, we want to hear from you. These guys are just like, write to us right now. Call, fax this card, mail this card. I definitely want to update to the next soft RAM release. Oh, you could have gotten a t-shirt and a cap. Oh, I want one so badly. $13. Oh, man. Oh, I'm jealous. If somebody has that, I'll buy it from you. So got the manual. It's gonna probably tell you how to work it. Alright, so anything we should do? Nope. Alright, let's take a look at the actual software running on Windows 95. Alright guys, here we go. Here we have Soft RAM 95. I'm sure you can't read that. Hold on, let me get some light. Yeah, Soft RAM 95, double your memory. We're going to try it out for the first time this disk has ever been used. So this computer, let's take a look at what we got here. Running Windows 95 on an Acer Aspire 500LB. Windows 95. It's got a Cyrix processor, excuse me, 16 megabytes of RAM. Now we should get 32 megabytes. Let's take a look what's on drive A. Setup.exe. Let's run it. Preparing Soft RAM 95 setup. Here we go. Oh, install Shield Wizard. We are totally gonna get 32 megabytes of RAM, guys. We better see things just flying. Come on, no disk errors. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the Soft RAM 95 setup program. Install. So this might take a little bit. You would hope. That installed in like 4 seconds from a floppy drive. That's not a good sign. Determining system parameter. Setup has detected you have 15,900 K of extended RAM. Alright. Updating registry. Should we restart the computer? Alright, we'll restart. Here we go. 32 megabytes of RAM. Powered by Soft RAM. Oh yeah. Of course, it's not going to find a disk in the drive. I took it out. Alright. What? Still 16 megabytes? So I guess it's just running in the background, increasing it automatically. We just don't see it. No, it's not even running. Huh. My computer doesn't seem any faster. In fact, it's still taking a while to load the Windows folder. You would think with 32 megabytes of RAM it wouldn't take this long. Well, as it turns out, Soft RAM doesn't even attempt to touch anything in the memory. All it does is increase the size of your page file. Now what this does is just increase the amount of just temporary files the system can put, and you could easily do this for free without spending $80. And this is part of the reason why Synchronous, the developers of SoftRAM, got sued 6 ways from Sunday and went out of business. So as you can see, there is some bad software that was released legitimately. However, the bad software that most people remember, and what most people are watching me for, are of course computer viruses. And believe me, there was a lot of them on Windows 95. The Happy 99 worm, Cack worm, Wallpaper, Badass, Marber, Naked Wife, My Life, Smash, the Posh Kill Windows virus. Now in addition to these thousands upon thousands of malicious programs, it's also possible on unpatched Windows 95 machines to crash the machine simply by typing a command into run, or by making the machine access a window with this title in it. It could be done in a variety of ways. As you can see, just by typing in that, we have a blue screen of death. Now what happens to cause this is that Windows tries to access the folder that is specified. However, that is an illegal folder name in Windows, which causes the machine to crash. Now, sometimes it can recover from this, sometimes it can't. And it was possible to craft an HTML page that just tried to point to this folder and send it to your victim, and that would crash your PC. And thus, Windows released an update, or Microsoft released an update for this, which fixed it. However, it's definitely a big oversight in the development team. So as you can see, it was able to restart Explorer, and now the computer is working normally. Alright guys, to wrap this celebration of Windows 95 video up, taking a look at the manual, and if we look at the last page here, there is an order form, and apparently you can order the Windows 95 upgrade on 5¼ inch discs. Now I have never seen a copy of this, nor have I ever heard of anyone owning it or seen anybody who has it. So if you have it, let me know, send me a picture or something, that'd be really appreciated. But I'm going to fill out this order form and send it into the PO box they have listed on here. We're going to see what happens. Probably nothing, but it's worth a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, here we go. We got this stuff labeled. Gonna go drop in the mailbox. Gonna see if we get any kind of response out of it. Probably not. I figured the PO box must have been sold to somebody else by now, but oh well. Go. So here's the mailbox. It's time for some mail. Gecko running around. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. I will enable comments for this video, so go ahead and leave them for me. Tell me about your experiences with Windows 95, and let me know what you liked the best and disliked about the operating system and your most outstanding memories you have working with it. So, thanks for watching, guys.